Hello again, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Shotgun Not Toy Reviews. I am Wilson, joined by the man with the greatest hair on earth,
Toast.
And in this episode, what are we reviewing, Toast?
This is the Amazon exclusive McFarlane Toys Red Death and Flash 2-pack.
That is correct, and here they are. Let's start off looking at, which one do you want to do first, Red Death or Flash?
Flash.
Okay, we'll just start off. That's a hideous face.
Yes.
It looks like he either just his suit or he smells a bad fart. I don't know what it is, but whoever approved that must have been the day Todd took off.
Yeah.
Because come on, Todd. I'd like to believe he wouldn't approve that. He was probably too busy looking at Kickstarter spawn pictures. So this, horrible. But if we look at the rest of them, he's got a pretty cool looking suit. It's the new 52 style suit. It doesn't have all the crazy Jim Lee lines all over it. It's actually
extra yellow lines.
Yeah, it's got the standard yellow lines, and it's got kind of texturized ribbing suit look here.
Almost movie-esque.
Yeah, and I really like the way that this is kind of embossed, the way the symbol pokes out, and the white is recessed in there. I don't know, just I've always seen it flat, so to see something like that is different. He's got two different hands, so this is kind of like a running kind of posed hand that goes like that.
Right.
It's very interesting. In the photos, he has a kind of claw hand.
Oh, that's weird.
And so for some reason they ended up giving him this one, which the Red Death has as well. And then, down here, standard boots. Nothing really special. There's a little bit of a gold paint scratch off there or something. I don't know. Not a big deal. Interesting kind of design choice that they did take is the lightning bolts on his arm are actually kind of like a separate piece. They come off of the arm.
Oh, that's weird.
I'm not quite sure why they did that. It's more pronounced on this arm than it is on this one. It doesn't hinder any movement or anything, but it's just strange. It stood out to me.
With the belt and the cuffs around the arms,
Yeah.
it makes his chest look very plain.
Both of them have a feel that they're kind of hollow inside, as opposed to Deathstroke, who I feel has more weight to it.
There's two things I want to talk about before we move on.
Sure.
And that's knees and elbows.
I know what you're going to say about the knees.
The reds don't match.
Yep. This is definitely a darker red compared to this red.
Right. And I don't understand why. I don't think either piece is painted.
No.
So it's just cast in a different shade of red.
It doesn't bother me. I probably never really thought about it, but yeah, the knees and the elbows. What was the other thing?
All right, so look at the toe joint.
Yeah.
And the silver pin that's in the yellow boot.
Mm-hmm. What, you don't have a problem? You have a problem with that?
A little bit.
A little bit? I can see why, maybe.
If you look closely, too, the pin is actually longer than his foot is wide. It sticks out.
It does. Oh, my.
It blows my mind.
Oh, my God. You are correct. Oh, man, I'm going to want to get, tweezers. Or not tweezers, but snip. Okay.
Lost
That's
the
a
hammer,
thing.
huh?
Yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing, all right. All right. Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. We're done with you. Okay, moving on to Mr. Red Death himself. He's a darker shade of red, like a really dark, with a little bit brighter armor highlights throughout and long down into the boot. He's got knee pads, so that covers up the, I don't know, let's see, look at the plastic there. That kind of matches.
It's closer.
Yeah, it's closer. But then it goes down into the boot, so now you're not happy again.
No, it's fine.
All of these ridges and pieces, they're a lot harder plastic as compared to Flash's, where his ears are movable. softer plastic. So this guy's a lot stiffer all over, but it's a lot of cool details and spikes all over. Look,
He has a cool design.
it's a very cool design. He's one of my favorite, if not the favorite things that came out of the Dark Knight's metal. You can see the funky little running hand again, which he always had, so he got the right hand. But it's a cool design. Nice little details in the boots. Boots are glossy against the matte, darker brownish red. And if we look at his face, you can see cool red eyes in there and the face plate, and everything looks great. And then the ears on him, even his ears, see, they don't move.
That's surprising.
They're a lot stiffer. So this guy, these are softer up here, but down here, we'll get to this. Sharp. But yeah, overall he looks great too. He looks right out of the comic books. The only thing he's missing is some Speed Force bats or whatever the that was that it came off of him. So we're going to go through articulation just a little bit. Both of the guys have all the same points of articulation, and almost all of this is exactly what you've seen from McFarlane before. Only difference that we've kind of noticed is up here, this piece is an extra separate piece from this and this, whereas, for example, Deathstroke, all solid in one piece. So that's great, except when you get to this guy, who he can do some good back stuff, but coming forward, since this plastic is so hard, he doesn't get any forward. Whereas the Flash here can actually get some forward, but still not a lot. But I found overall that this guy's articulation is limited because of all of these hard pieces and everything. Like his butterfly joint, well, that's okay, but mainly in here in the waist and stuff, it just gets a little tight. But he's got double jointed knees, all the same stuff you've seen before, toes, ball jointed wrists, all that good stuff. It's still highly posable, not as posable as I would have liked. Not as posable as Deathstroke. Flash is easier to pose than Red Death is, just because he doesn't have as much junk getting in the way all over him.
Oh, I see.
But overall, they're both fairly good. I just wish this guy would have been better. Like, that's good, but I don't know. But they get the good turn that you need when you want to do running poses, stuff like that, you know.
That's really what you need is
running
poses.
Right. And I was worried at first that they didn't, or that this Flash didn't have, that he only turned up here. I thought originally they didn't have waist, but he does. It was just kind of tight, so you can get all of that.
Well, it's a little bit hidden behind the lightning belt.
Yeah. Say if we bend them forward, see down in there. So it's a good range. What I do want to point out is up here, this is where it gets a lot different from the Red Death. It's another example of the plastic. So see how that moves, which allows for more range in the legs. Looking at Red Death's, it doesn't have any give, so his leg range, it's still sort of there. I don't know.
Until the fins run into each other.
Yeah, let's see. So that's what you're getting there. Just something worth noting, but it's not horrible articulation. All right, down for accessories. This is where things veer off a little bit. This being an exclusive, this is why we probably got this nice display piece of rock. They come displayed similar to this in the packaging, so the thing is laid out and they're kind of made to look like they're fighting. This is a nice display piece that has pegs for their feet, and they can go on here and pose, and that's nice. And if you say, "Hey, Wilson," and I go, "Yes, Toast," you go, "Oh, I don't necessarily want a big rock." Well, that's great, because you get two of these, and you can just have them standing on those if you'd rather have. And you also get those nice, useless collector cards that I don't keep because I don't need them. But yeah, it's just a picture of comic book drawings.
Right.
You
With a bio on the back.
Yeah, you don't need it. And other than that, that's it. A little lackluster. I do like the display piece.
It's a nice looking rock.
It is.
If you want Flash's pose on a rock.
Sure, yeah. And you know what? If I don't use it for them, I'll use it for something else. So. And for a sense of size, Toast, run us through who we got.
Marvel Legends Elektra on one end and Azrael Batman on the other.
Alrighty, down to the bottom line, Mr. Toast. Why don't you start us off?
Do you remember how much you paid for these?
$40, $39.99 on Amazon.
Nice. All right, so for individually, the Todd McFarlane Multiverse DC figures are $20.
Yeah.
And here you're getting 2 for $40, plus you're getting a rock stand thing. So it's not an upcharge. It's a nice rock. At the time of this recording, we know that they're going to release Flash again as a single figure with a better head. So if you really want Red Death, I would suggest getting this set.
Yeah.
If you just want Flash, hold off. And it's currently, so the 2-pack is an Amazon exclusive.
Correct.
We'll probably do a wider release.
Yeah.
So if you only want one, I'd say skip it.
Right. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And I guess if you're okay with the Flash head, then get this. Otherwise, wait for the other one. And that's really all I have to say. Like they're fine.
Mm-hmm.
I think Flash is more annoying because of the both the face and the knees and elbows. But Red Death isn't bad. I would just wait for a single release.
How would you rate it overall?
I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know. Like I'm saying mostly skip it.
Okay. Fair enough. No rating.
No.
Okay. All right, down to me. I bought it. I'm a huge Flash fan. Red Death was my favorite thing out of metal, so I really had to get this. The Flash is awesome except for the face. The face is like horrible, and I can't believe they let that face go through to the final. Like the final, it's just so badly. It's just so bad. It's not badly done. It's just a bad face. Does that make sense?
It's nicely painted.
It is.
It's just a bad sculpt.
It's a bad sculpt. Thank you. Yes. I like the Red Death figure. Unfortunately, I feel like because of his design and some of the choices that they made, some of the articulation is a little limited. And his legs, he seems to sort of have kind of bow-legged syndrome, it seems like.
Earlier, I thought one leg was longer than the other, and then it seemed to equal out.
Yeah, and so here's the thing is they come, and I seem to sort of notice this as well with Deathstroke and the other Batman, is he's posing them in the packages. So in the blister part of it, the clear plastic part that they're recessed in, they're posed.
Mm-hmm.
That seems like it may be warping them a little bit.
It could be.
If they're stuck in that pose. And these guys were definitely, they were like facing each other, like attacking each other. And you had to pull them out. And I think that may have warped the legs on him a little bit. Could be totally wrong. Could be pulling this out of my ass. I don't know. But that's just a thing. I actually really like this hand. I think it's a cool hand to give them both. They both look good in running poses. They really do. Unfortunately, you could probably get him in better running poses, him especially, if some of the pieces weren't the way they were. Flash is cool, but I agree. If you're only interested in one, and you only want like a good Flash, then wait, because he's gonna do this again. And I'm probably buying the other. I know I'm buying the Flash again, and I'll probably get another Red Death, because why not? Why not? I mean, it's a fine set. It's a good deal. You're basically not paying any extra, and you're getting an extra rock. That's it. And so for that, it's an easy 3.5 out of 5.
Agreed. 3.5.
Yeah. So if you're not interested in either, if you're not interested in one, don't get the 2-pack. If you want them both, get them. Just deal with the Flash head. If you like it, great. Then you'll be through the moon with this Flash figure. I personally hate the head. It's. That's been it for this episode of Shocking Not Toy Reviews. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Leave comments, please. And all the social media stuff is in the show description. We thank you very much for watching. And until next time.
It's a good rock.
Yep. That's what she said.